Today I will explain a strange movie. Where your own brothers, sisters have been imprisoned for a few years, they cannot fulfill their body's wishes, so they fill with each other and fulfill their hopes of their minds. But in the end, they are experiencing a huge problem, which completely changes their lives. What happens with them? If you want to know, you have to watch the entire video. The video contains suspense in place, so it would be difficult to understand the real facts if it was dragged. And where are you watching our videos from? Please comment. If you want to get the experience of such interesting movies, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's start. The story of the movie without delay can be done. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown to a family. Everyone in the family was spending the day laughing. The name of the elder son of this family was Chris, 14 years of his age. Chris was also 12 years old, sister, whose name is Kathy. And they were a 5-year-old brother, another sister, Carrie. They lived with their parents. Their parents' names were Krishfar and Kareem. Their lives were very good. But their joy does not last long. Suddenly one day they all know that their father died because of whose accident. From then on, sadness came down in their lives because Christopher's death has been a frost to live with 4 boys and daughters since he died. He was very difficult to bear all the expenses alone. So one day his sons and daughters say they will leave his parents' home from now on. Mean that the kids will start to stay in the house of the grandmother. Haren's words are surprised by Krieger Kathy, because before that they never heard of them. Then Kareem tells them that I actually wanted to marry your father, that my parents did not accept. So marrying your father gives you all the relationships with me without taking it. That is why I have not told you about this for so long. But now they all gave us the permit to stay in that house, so we'll go there. Then we see that they go to Karen's parents' house at night. Karim's mother, Olivia, was already present there. Olivia takes the boys to the girls to the house and tell them that you will be here from now on and you will never get out of here. Every day I will come in the morning and give you food. Then Karen tells his children that his father has accepted him now. However, his father does not know that Kareem has 4 boys and daughters, and because his father is very ill, he cannot be informed now. If he is healthy, Kareem will tell him all. Until that time, the 4 of them should suffer here. Saying this goes away. This is how the day goes through. The boys and girls were having a lot of difficulty staying here. Meanwhile, again, it would be very little to see them, because she was very busy with her life. Kareem began to hit the line secretly with his father's lawyer. Then we see a party organized in that house. There are a lot of people. Chris and Kathy hide. He goes to see the party. That day they see their grandmother for the first time. Then one day, Karen, Chris, and Kathy tell you that your grandfather will never accept you. So I couldn't tell my father about this. Kareem also says, you stay here for a while. Dad is very ill. If he dies, these property will become me, and then there will be no more problems. We can stay together in peace. This is how the day passes. And to see the boys have been in this scream for 2 years. In the next scene, we see Chris sitting outside of the Chilcotha, reading bad books. Then Kathy came out of the hoot. Why is there a bad picture of this book in this book, as Chris is reading the book? But Chris does not say anything about Kathy on this topic. Gradually, the Kathy tends to grow up. She started to be young now. So Karen brings Kathy some clothes to the elderly. Kathy was watching himself in the mirror after the deer's clothes. Then Chris came there, and he was surprised to see Kathy this way. At that time, Olivia moved there, and he saw them together, and they might have been doing something bad. That's why Olivia punishes them. The Chris told a scissor to cut the hair of the Conti. But Chris does not agree to Olivia's words. Then Olivia gets angry and says that your food is off until you are doing this. So after the night of the Krier Kreiser, Kathy left them a little food after feeding his brothers and sisters. But in the morning, Gothi sees Olivia on her hair and put on the devil. So without getting any way, Chris has to cut the knot. Then we see that day after day. but Karim does not come to meet their children. Then one day, suddenly, Karan comes there, and she tells her sons and daughters that she married her father's lawyer, and I was on the honeymoon for so long and couldn't come to meet you. Hearing this, Chris gets a lot of anger on his mother. Then I explain to Cor and Chris that I am a woman, and I need men too. But you won't understand this now. If you grow up, you will understand. Chris gets more angry at hearing this, and she tells Karim that I have grown up so much now, along with me, Kathy has grown up, and we also need something. How long will we be prisoner here? Then we see Olivia brings food for them, and it says that your mother is very careful for you, always used to be badly treated with children. This is why, one day, the crease becomes a quarrel in Olivia, and Olivia hit Chris with a belt on the back of Chris to punish Chris, then Kathy. Chris was putting drugs on Chris's injuries when they approached each other, and unable to control the fire burning in their bodies, they sit with each other's puppy. Then they decide they will no longer be here from here to escape. But it will not escape empty-handed. So they will steal a little money and jewelry every day from this house before they run out. So that they make enough money, then they started stealing a little money and jewelry every day. Then we see that one day Kathleen gives her brother a sin. What else then? They are with each other for the first time in life to overcome their own bodies' fire. Of their own bodies. The times have fun with each other. They both have a lot of fun. But they both decide they will not do it anymore. Then their younger sister Carrie came there, and she says their younger brother is very ill. Karim comes there to hear such a situation, but he still does nothing. Kathy is very angry when he sees his mother standing in such a way, and Karim continues to say so badly. Karan saw Kathy's use. Then Kathy also hit his mother. And you are no longer our mother. You just look at your own interests. Then Karen goes to the hospital with Corey. And the next day, she tells Chris of Kathea that your brother's condition was very bad. He died yesterday. And in the morning, his last reform has been done. On hearing this, Carrie started crying. In the next movie, we see Chris stealing money and jewelry from home. Dasser. Then there are two working people in the house. Seeing them coming, Chris hides in one corner. In the words of the working people, Chris learned that they died 7 months ago. Hearing this, they are no longer understanding that their mother willingly imprisoned them here. Then when Chris returns to their room, Kathy shows him that the food that their grandmother gave them, a little bit of a rat, died of Chris. They could have poisoned their grandmother at their own food. And their brother died because of this food. Then they decide they will run away from here now. But then their grandmother came there. They all took Olivia to the stairs room and hurry up the door. Then the room lights off. Olivia was very scared in the dark, so he can do nothing to them anymore. Vice versa, to seek help from them, Olivia tells him to take him from here. Because if here, no one will ever find him. Then Kathy says, you poisoned our food, and that's why our brother is dead. So it's good to be with you. Olivia told them that your mother had poisoned your food so that you die. Upon hearing this, the three of them left Olivia in captivity. They come down with the window of the room with a rope. Then when they were fleeing from there, a working man stops them. Then Kathy tells the man, we are Karin's son, so please let us get out of here. Hearing this, the man leaves them, and they quickly got on a train. No longer, and they will forget everything and start life again. But in addition to this, Kathy thinks he will come here one day and take revenge on his mother. And this is where this movie ends.